Hi everybody, so I've got a video for you today looking at my full Seer Council on Jetbikes. They're all fully painted, all converted by me, individually, and that includes 10 Warlocks on Jetbikes. 10 Warlocks on Jetbikes. It also includes 2 Farseers on Jetbikes, as well as the added bonus of a Autarch on Jetbike. How are these guys built? They're all individualized from a wide variety of parts. There's Eldar parts, vehicle parts, Necron parts in some cases. I have Wood Elf parts. I have Dark Eldar parts. I've got random bits and pieces from other miniatures games. Like these wings, for instance, are metal wings. They're all metal. And they're taken from this game called Void Miniatures. I just found them in my local game store for really cheap, and they were on the back of some kind of angel figures. I thought they just looked really cool on my jet bikes. So it's a total mishmash of stuff, but it is individualized, and the reason I did that is because I want my Warlocks to all be individuals. I figure if you ride a jet bike as a Warlock or a Farseer or an Autarch, you are the cream of the cream in the Eldar army. You deserve to individualize your equipment. So let's take a look at them. We're gonna go one by one here. We've got my first buddy over here, mix of different parts. We got a Shining Spear torso. We got some bits and pieces from Dire. That cape is actually a Wood Elf cape. We have Dire Avenger Exarch bits, stuff like that. Now each of these guys does have a kind of console painted, command console in there. You can see little blips and bloops, vehicle bits and things here. This guy over here's got a spear from an old metal Farseer, one of those old ones from the early 90s. Picked one up for cheap. We got a Storm Guardian head, some kind of Dire Avenger torso, little bits and pieces from vehicles around. There we go. We got this guy over here who also has a Storm Guardian head. That is a mirror sword, one of the sort of mirror swords that comes with the Howling Banshee kit. We've got bits and pieces from, these guys are from, I think, Brightlands vehicle weapons. Also some other vehicle weapons stuff back here. I just thought it looked cool. I made it into these little extra engine kind of thrusters. Bits and pieces everywhere of random Eldar stuff. Okay, this guy over here. These two over here are two of my newest models. I just finished them last night, so that finishes my project that I finished last night. These guys are not even sealed yet. I ran out of sealant, so I need to go pick up some new sealant, but they are literally my newest additions. This guy here has, that is a Shining Spear Exarch head, same as well as his sword from a Shining Spear Exarch. These parts are again from Void Miniatures. Some kind of guys had staffs with these things on them. I thought they would look cool as wings. These things are the actual wing bits that I chopped off to make room for these, and I glued them on the back here. Just thought that looked kind of cool, so that was an idea there. Again, his console is working away there. That's what he looks like. This other guy over here, the back plumes on him, those are again Dire Avenger Exarch back plumes. I just thought they would look cool, kind of glued on his back like that. They're meant, I think, originally for helmets. You put them on the helmets, but I thought they looked cool like that. I've also got similar engine bits here. I kind of added on. This is the back of a star cannon, a vehicle star cannon, Dire Avenger Exarch sword, and a Guardian helmet actually, and that's a Dire Avenger body, Guardian helmet. There you go. This guy over here, this was the second one of these guys I ever built, and I tried to do a cape for him out of green stuff with varying levels of success, I would say. I don't think it looks terrible, though. I think it looks okay. Meant to be kind of like a wintry looking cape. Again, Storm Guardian head, Dire Avenger body. We got Dire Avenger Exarch sword there as well. Pretty basic stuff. And that little bit back there is from, I think, a Warwalker or a Wraithlord kit. Okay, the first of these guys with the wings. So for each one of these guys with the wings, when I chopped off their wing bits, I glued them to their back, actually. So as you can see, glued to his back there. These are pieces off of Guardian Weapon Crew. That is some kind of vehicle bit. I think it comes on a Fire Prism or a Falcon, but I never used it on mine. And that's a head and torso from a Shining Spear. There's a look at his little Shining Spear console that he has there, actually. guy over here, pretty basic. Got the wings again from Void Miniatures. Got the clipped wings glued to his back. Mirror sword. Random guardian bits on the back there. Yeah, painted up pretty basically. Storm Guardian head. And his console. There we go. I think that was a... no, actually that's a normal console there. This was the first one I ever painted in this entire group of 10. This is the first one I ever made. Originally I thought he was going to be my Farseer, but then I came up with some other ideas for Farseers that are a little bit more elaborate. But this guy is still probably my favorite out of all the Warlocks. The first one I made, but I really like the pose I put on him. Again, we got the wings glued to his back that were clipped off to make room for the bigger wings. Got a Dire Avenger, Exarch, Power Spear there, a Dire Avenger head, Dire Avenger body, pretty basic stuff. But I really like the way he looks. I think he's got a cool kind of look going on. We got his buddy over here, Shining Spear torso, Shining Spear head. Back bits are again from Weapon Crew, from the Guardian Weapon Crew. Random vehicle kind of gem type thing back there. Sword from a Banshee again. Pretty basic stuff there. Oops, daisy. Okay, and now on to the Farseers. So this was my first Farseer that I ever made, and I still consider him my standard Farseer. So whenever I take just one Farseer on a Jetbike in an army, it's always this guy, just because I really like the way he turned out. I think his pose is pretty evocative there. What is he? He's a combination of Dark Eldar, as you can see from these bits up here. Dark Eldar and Eldar Jetbikes, as well as this stuff on the side here. So I glued this stuff on the side. I wanted to give him a little bit more menace. I wanted him to look a little bit more menacing, but still looking Eldar-y. The head and the spear are from the standing Farseer model, the one that's giving the rock-on sign. You know which one that is. Pretty much everyone's favorite Farseer model. And I just painted him up in kind of my Samhan style. Tried to give him some cool stuff. The body is just like a Guardian or a Dire Avenger body. These bits are from some kind of, I think, Dire Avenger sprue. I made them look like kind of little bits of a flappy cape on the side. This is, again, the piece from the vehicle star cannon. Let's get a little closer so you can take a look at him. And that's that guy. My second Farseer, I tried to do a totally different theme on. So he's got kind of an Egyptian theme going on. That is the torso and helmet from the Shining Spear Exarch. We've got the Dire Avenger Exarch Power Spear being used as his Witchblade. These bits are from the sprue that comes, I think, on the Warwalker or the Wraithlord. They're little bits of Egyptian-themed kind of just sort of scenery, but I thought they would look cool as sort of wings on this guy. These back pieces here and down here, they're from, again, Void Miniatures, some random mini that I saw. It had these cool things. I thought they would look really cool if they were painted up in a fiery kind of way. So I did that. I've also, again, from chopping off his wing bits, I've glued them to his back here, just to make him kind of look a little bit meaner, a little bit tougher, a little bit cooler, I think. That's kind of what this circular parts look like. The ones that are kind of painted to look kind of like glowing. That's what that looks like. Just try to paint every single guy differently. Make each one stand out on his own merits, make him look a little bit different than all the other ones. And last but not least, we have the Autarch on Jetbike. Interestingly enough, this guy has all the leftover parts from the Farseer. So the Farseer, I used most of the Eldar Jetbike body and then parts from the Dark Eldar Jetbike. Here I used mostly the Dark Eldar Jetbike body and parts from the Eldar Jetbike. So we've got the torso from the Dark Eldar Rider, but I had to file off a lot of the extra bits and pieces. Actually, it's just the leg bits from the Dark Eldar Rider. It's a torso from a Guardian. And then I've got the Dire Avenger Exarch head. I've got the spear from a Shining Spear. Bits and pieces from Eldar stuff. Over here I actually have this is a gun arm originally from a old Necron tomb spider. So that's what their guns look like. I figured rather than modeling his melt-a-gun in his hand, it seemed kind of silly, so I was going to model it up as part of his bike. And then these over here are just sort of fancy-looking extra bits from an Eldar vehicle, just to make a fancier version of his shuriken catapults. What else is on here? Now, this back piece is a little bit wacky. You know, when I was building him, I thought, hey, I could use that for my bike. And then as I started painting it, I realized, maybe I went a little bit overboard with this back piece. It's from the Dark Eldar bike. I think it is a little bit overboard. I think it kind of is a bit too much for this model. But, you know, I don't hate it absolutely. So if I really hated it, I would have torn it off by now. But, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, you can tell me if you think it looks ridiculous or if it looks okay. But, you know, maybe that was not one of my better decisions when I was building these guys. But I'm okay with it now. I think at least it, you know, makes him the most unique guy out there. Because, oh yeah, this part also is, I had to cut this off and put it on the torso of the rider. That is actually just one of those Dire Avenger Exarch sort of shimmer shield things. Because as we know, the Autarch has a shimmer shield. So I built that for him. Okay guys, so that is a look at every single one of these models in my Seer Council. I hope you enjoyed that. Stick around for a little while. I'm going to put up any photos following this clip. I'm going to put up a few photos that I have of my Seer Council from back when I took some still photos of them, as well as photos before they were painted, so you can have a look at what some of the raw parts looked like. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, and keep on watching. See you later.